It works. Ooh, yeah. Okay. All right. Buddy Boggy. You should message me or something so I can tell you are here or not. I don't know. Yeah. Well, good. Is the chat working? Is El Chat working? There's a chat though, you know. Oh, I see. Is that the viewer deal thing there? All right. So, let me shut the door. That's as much as the door shuts, I believe. Alright, good. Okay, so this is a much bigger tour than just the Muddy Bar. You should do that last. But this is the US of A. Here we are. Well, that's pretty cool. I like that. Anyhow, I was born here, and like 3, 4 months, 7 months later, I don't know, moved to Colorado somewhere. Then came like this way. I can only guess my dad was following the storms because he's a roofer. And somewhere, I guess, well, we had moved here in North Texas in Amarillo. Word on the streets is that we lived in like a little shack on the side of the road and ate some armadillo. So poor. Follow this road here. You end up in a little town called Atoka. You see, that's straight across this stuff. Anyway, in Atoka, little town. Little town. But it's a town. It's not like a little, like, whatever. I'm trying to find maybe here I do. Anyway, a dude named Gene, Billy Jean, I believe. Was like a father to my dad because his dad was like really mean to him. That's what my dad always told me. And then so Billy Jean and his wife took him in. They ran a roofing business kind of thing, and so he just like hung out in Oklahoma for a while and did some roofing. I don't know exactly where it's at, but Gene actually lived outside of here near a prison. But it's it's the country. Oh my god, so he's gonna be loud in there. So let's see here. Yeah, if she comes in, I'll probably mute it and stare at her awkwardly. Anyway, from Atoka, somehow, I don't know what, but see this thing here? That's part of the story later. But if we move, yeah, okay. So Atoka's here. Move over. Okay, so here's where a lot of the story happens, and I don't know what order this goes in, but basically, made our way to like Mina, and I guess we lived in Mina somewhere for a while, but my dad got a job at the Mina airport, and it was ran by a guy named Junior Goodner. So Junior Goodner Airport, Arkansas. I don't know if that is CIA, but there was talks of okay. There was talks of that this guy who owned the airport and stuff dumped chemicals illegally like in his like airport area or somewhere in Arkansas, and got in real big trouble. My dad worked for him in the airport, the painting area. Showed leadership. This guy like sees it immediately. How all the guys listen to my dad. Makes him like the right hand man of the painting part. So when that happens, we so I guess we were living here. My dad got a job here at the airport, but we lived up here at this trailer park, and if I remember, we were up here in one of these ones. And the cool takeaways from this part of the story is that there was a convenience store like over here, and I stole from it, and my dad found out. He was really mad, whooped me, made me go down, give the candy back, and apologize. And I, was really impactful. And then one time my mom and dad left to go hang out with people, I guess, and I was left with the neighborhood kids, and it was pretty fun. I was like the little kid, and they were all like older, and I got my leg stuck between a like inside of a bike wheel somehow, but it wasn't their fault. I actually just just got it caught because I was riding the bike too fast or something. And then we watched Friday on Elm Street. Let's see here. Then all right. So when my dad becomes ingratiated with the boss is like, "Hey, you should move out of that trailer park. Move over by me." So it's like this, right? So airport. Here's the highway into Mina. Then go right on this highway. This is like just like 6 miles. It's not really that far. And this little place called Ink. And then what happens is if right here you just turn down this road, and then right here you turn down this road, and I lived in this little house right here. So we lived in this little tiny house, and Junior, this is like his, this is where he lived. So this is your millionaire type dude. He lives here, and then we live there, and his daughter, she was like a 12-year-old, maybe 10-year-old. She heard she knew I had a BB gun, so she comes down one day. Is like, hey, can I shoot your BB gun? You let me shoot your BB gun, I'll let you ride my 4-wheeler. And I was like, hell yeah, that's awesome. So, or I was a little kid, so I probably just said yeah. Another story is like one time I was coming home from school, and for like forever, there was this dead skunk like right here. And even when the skunk was gone for months, like I would just come and the skunk was, you always smell the dead skunk. Okay, now, well, I lived here. Alright, so, and again, this is only like the little part of Arkansas. Like, if you zoom out of the state, which Arkansas is not a big state, this all takes place like right here in this little area. I'm curious now. Yeah, Arizona's like 4 Arkansas almost, right? It would just be like this little tiny area, but alright. So, where we at here? Ozark, Alma, Fayetteville. So I'm gonna. Oh, here we are. So, oh yeah. Wait. I wonder where that was at. Oh well, must be somewhere else. So, also lived. Alright, so Ink Mina. If you follow the highway down, I also lived in like the side of the. Oh, okay. So, oops. Oh, that's cool. You can do that. Wow, neat. All right. Okay. So we zoom in here, right? Casatote High School. All right. So, but wow, it even looks like that way in my memory for some reason. That was a high school, but there's elementary schools, all kinds of stuff around here. These look like chicken plants. Ooh, look, ballpark. Yeah, I thought I'd go. I think I'm gonna visit. I made that decision. I started writing down addresses and stuff. Alright, so here. So small towns, right? I was actually the little kid that brought the crown to the king or queen at the ball. It was really cute. I wish I had pictures from back then. It was a semi big deal because it's a little small town. But of course they picked me. Have you seen my baby pictures? I'm amazingly like cute. So it was very stuck up, very best of the best type of deal. All right, so when I lived here, we can't find it, but apparently I lived off in an area over here, because the idea was I had a pond in my yard, but me and my mom, we could not find it where it was at. So I lived somewhere in this area. Somewhere in this little area. You can see there's ponds everywhere, so it's like almost a nightmare. And I couldn't remember how I got there. I just know that my bus dropped me off and I had to walk around. There's a snake one time, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, so that's cool. Alright, also, my mom, we lived in Grannis for a while. And again, it's, my mom said she went back one time and couldn't find it, but along this highway, apparently, and I remember, it's just a house, like, literally, highway, house on the side. We lived there. And my mom, she worked at the chicken plants. And I'm like, if you zoom in, maybe it's not in Grannis. Watch, because the funny thing is, if you come down here to D Queen, oh yeah, see, Pilgrim's Pride, chicken, shipping docks. Oh yeah. So chicken, but Tyson, my mom worked for both, I think, but she worked for Tyson longer. And you just gotta kind of it's up here somewhere. I'm not gonna waste our time looking for it. but Tyson Foods are somewhere. And for some reason, if you look all over Arkansas, there's always these chicken houses where they store all the chickens before they kill them. Let them copulate. Alright. Now, I don't know how good this is part of the story, but over here is Hatfield. And if we're lucky, I'm not seeing it. But here in Hatfield, my dad had got a job with a guy named Krebs. Yep. Okay. So okay, let me zoom out. So here's the Oklahoma-Arkansas border. And right here, roughly in this area, Mr. Krebs, he had a huge farm. Like huge farm. To get to all the parts, you have to like take a truck. So I mean, like this literally could be his farm. I'm not even joking. But as a little kid. So anyway, we have some pictures somewhere. Maybe they survived. But he would have like these huge parties, and they dig holes in the ground. All the hunters would cook their goats and their deers in the ground and stuff. And there's there's just mountains of beer and shit. One time we ran out of beer, which in Arkansas you don't want to run out of beer. Maybe they changed the law. But they had like some sort of, very strict no selling beer between times and times. So like you had to like get on this little highway, and I remember these little turns. This is me as a little kid loving these turns. So you actually had to like drive all of this across the state line, and you'll notice Jim's Red Barn, Joe's Place, right? People would have to leave the state, come buy beer, and go right back over to their place. And my dad, he actually worked at Jim's Red Barn, or this one, or another one, because I remember hanging out with him like all day sometimes. And he would actually like have to drive over the state lines to go to work too. Okay. All right, that ends my times in Arkansas, pretty much, sort of. All right, but well, that brings us to the Muddy Boggy River. And the Muddy Boggy River is kind of like a mystery because it's easy to find and it's hard to find. But, oh yeah, so my mama said, all right, we come down to D Queen. That's D Queen. No joke. So it's like, all right, hold on, trivia or just interesting stuff. Arkansas is in the South. It's one of the most racist places I've ever been in my life. Okay, and I believe this line right here, this is that Mason-Dixie line. If you've ever heard of it, look it up. This is all like segregated South. This is all like the North people, and like Missouri was a borderland state. But you completely look at this line. So pretty much anything south of the line, you run into a lot more racism shit. And all right, so here's the line. Arkansas is definitely in the south of that, right? But also, you get more white people up here and more black folks down here. To the point where when we would visit my dad's and mom's friend in D Queen, here it is. When we would visit my mom's and dad's friend in D Queen, like most of this little town was black back then, and it was just weird for me. It was like it's all these black people, but over here it's just all these white people. Like they never mixed, and then like when I moved to Arizona, like everybody's mixed like together. It's like crazy. All right, so anyway, D Queen, you're supposed to travel just directly across the border, and if you look, boom, border bridge. Oh, look, state line bar and grill. See? So anyway, it says welcome to Arkansas on the Oklahoma side. And this is just how we just started looking at it. But this is Slate Creek, right? And I think what we decided was that wasn't it. So we just like kept going. We're looking for like just a creek. right next to the highway. You literally just follow the highway. Where are we at now? Some Mountain Fork. Man, I'm telling you, I gotta go back and check this out. Ah. Okay. Where we at? Alright. So this is not it. Oh, Broken Bow. This is... I remember Broken... Like, it's just one of those, like, Broken Bow. Oh, yeah, my mom and dad used to come and hang out with people here. Big old lake. Party time. Alright. So... Oh, this is the Indian nation that I allegedly had their blood in me, but that's not true. Alright. So that's that. I don't know what happened, because the first time we found it really easy. But the reason I know we can find it is if we come over to Atoka. If you come to Atoka. And see, that's a Sandy Creek, I believe. And this is kind of like one of those like, whoa. Because Atoka is where my dad's adopted kind of dad lives, right? And here's this creek that is absolutely dirty, looking like muddy. And I think if we follow it, look, North Boggy Creek. And if we follow it, tell me how cool this would be to be like in a boat. I don't think it's up here. I'm just gonna look real quick. Yeah. Ah. See, bridge. Just follow this sucker. Yeah, straight away. Ah, see, boom, and here we go. The Muddy Boggy Creek. Now, what's weird about this? Oh, okay. I was trying to put one of those little things. So here we are. So here's Atoka. Here's where we're at. Remember that. And then Arkansas's way over here. Now, if we look closely, right, here's the Red River. We do not want to go down here. Alright, where was that? I lost it again. Yeah. So, come down to Muddy Boggy. And this is part of the problem. Because it was weird. We found it forward the first time, but then when you trace it, it goes all the way down here. I think I found it again the other night. Muddy Boggy. All right, now look how cool this is. This is actually a river. It's called a creek, whatever, right? Muddy Boggy. See how it's clear, Boggy? Look at the water. It literally is clear. It's clear right here. Muddy right here. That is freaking cool. You'd be like giving people directions. Hey, you're going to take the Muddy Boggy, and when it turns into clear, you want to take that. And then someone's like, what? And then, I don't know, I can just imagine a funny conversation. Oh, okay, maybe here it is. So, here's a fork in the road. Boom. Ooh, I like that. So you see how I go south? Still, I think this takes you all the way south into Texas. And we can kind of, yeah, see how it takes you right to the Texas-Oklahoma border. But where'd my little doodad go? Oh. Where'd my doodad go? Yes. So here's the fork. Boom. So this, see? And I can just, boom, give me directions right here on my phone. Just take me away. So, even though it's renamed Beaver Dam Creek, I still see it being muddy. Sugar. I'm just gonna mark that real quick. Hugo Lake. Wow, we're still okay. So tracing it. See, it's almost overgrowth, but it's there. You can sort of follow it here because it's creating vegetation. Trees are growing around it. So it looks like it goes north. Wow, look at that. Some thick forest. So while I'm tracing this or trying to find the way, I can say also this is like that crazy thick forest. My dad, he used to grow weed in there. I don't see anything else. Sugar Creek. All right. See, and that's what I mean. It like gets lost, and we're still kind of around there. But I'm telling you, it was like I just went to D Queen. We just boom. See, that's a trail. That's a road. Ah! No. It's just Clear Spring Road. No. Gotta look close. All right. Girls Gone Wild. That's what I was talking to my mom about the other night. D Queen. Alright, so back to this. D Queen across. See, this is like, it gets weird. Oh. What happens when we just take this one north? It just does that. This could be, I mean, oh, it looks like a road for sure. Well, here's Rock Creek. Did we see Rock Creek? Rock Creek. I thought we saw Rock Creek. Rock Creek Trail. Anyway, once we get to this river, Little Rock Creek, Middle Rock Creek, Middle Rock West, Middle Rock West. This is not looking familiar. I'm still saying this is crazy because the first time we went in here, my mom was like, "There it is! I found it." And I don't even think it's gotta be close to this. Okay, so I can't find it, but the big deal is, it's like something from a movie, sort of. Alright. Basically, it's like one of the coolest houses I've ever lived in, and I was so young I couldn't even barely remember it. But it was a place where it's basically the highway, and right to the north of the highway was a house. I even had a dream about it. It was like one of those ancient looking ghost, this house is haunted type of things. And it's pretty cool. Again, Clear Spring Road. I'm telling you, it's gotta be close to here somewhere. We chased Clear Spring Road up north, right? Yeah, and then you can trace the river, this very same river, the Muddy Boggy River, all the way back to Atoka. my dad originally started out from, which is really kind of cool. And my mom, when she lived in Oklahoma, she was telling me about how people would actually like get on their boat and like drive the river to their friend's house and like hook their boat up. It's just like, you know, country stuff that we don't see here in the city or a desert. Okay, well, I mean that's about it. I mean, I can't fight it. It's taking too long right now, so talk to you later. Message me or something.